Poor Rachel Zegler. No, those are three words I never thought I would say in that sequence, in that order. But I think it is in order today, folks, as we are finding out that Disney may have been behind the downfall of the young actress. What are we talking about? Well, it turns out, according to Latino Slant, that she is not the only Snow White of color under consideration by Disney. They may have been interested, very interested, in creating controversy with Snow White. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we make you feel all right. Bringing sanity back to an insane entertainment industry. That's what we do here, and we're happy to do it each and every day. Folks, as we get ready to get underway, consider clicking that like button. If you've ever wondered, is this channel truly an unbiased source of news? Well, look no further than our now defense of poor Rachel Zegler. We have been very harsh and will continue to be harsh when she makes PR disasters. But it turns out this maelstrom of mishaps out of this lady's mouth, well, it might be all due to Disney, and we'll explain why in just a moment. This is an article out of thatparkplace.com, a website that if you're not yet bookmarked to, well, you should be. It says, report, before Rachel Zegler, Disney had two other Snow White actors of color in mind. A new report indicates Disney may have been courting controversy long before Rachel Zegler was the finalist selected to play Snow White. And remember that Snow White's name is literally in the story a reference to her bizarrely pale skin, even for her time and place as a German princess, nobility with light-colored skin. She is still someone who would be striking to the public. That's the idea of the story. She's so pale that it strikes the eye. Zegler, definitely not that, and, well, most people aren't. And by the way, being very pale, although I don't want to offend anyone out there, being pale is not in vogue in today's world, but it was back in the 1800s for Snow White. During a video on the Pro Channel, Polly of Latino Slant made a startling claim regarding the Walt Disney Company's live-action remake of Snow White. The film currently stars Rachel Zegler, who has become something of a lightning rod for controversy. The young actor has called Prince Charming a stalker in the original film, declared that Snow White will receive a new origin story in her film, and has repeatedly conveyed that Walt Disney's original feature film is dated, a product of its time. However, it turns out that Zegler's casting may have been far more interesting than the public is. And I want to run through, real quick from Data Racer, just some of the dumb that Zegler has done. It says, this is who Disney cast to play Snow White. Rachel Zegler says, cancel Jeremy Renner. He's a, well, really bad kind of racist. Deplatform J.K. Rowling and encourage being very, very, very mean towards her. Bully Gina Carano. And oh, by the way, if you're anywhere right of the middle, you're a terrible racist, according to Rachel Zegler. And there's a list of all the tweets. Oh my gosh. She is prolific at destroying PR and box office opportunities. But again, folks, poor Rachel Zegler, because she is like a honey badger dropped in a chicken coop, as I told the Patreon the other day. If you drop a honey badger in with the chickens, you know what's going to happen. When you drop Rachel Zegler into a box office production, you know what's going to happen. And Disney knew it. We'll explain. According to Latino Slant, the runner-up for the role of Snow White was Renata Vaca. Say it again, Renata Vaca, another young Latina actress. When asked about the qualifications Disney had put in the casting call for Snow White prior to choosing its talents, it affirmed that Disney had specifically indicated it was open to all types, which may be code in Hollywood for diversifying a role previously associated with someone of European descent. But it gets more interesting. Polly went on to say that not only were the two leading candidates for Snow White women of Latin American heritage, but the third runner-up for the role was an unnamed woman of African descent. It almost seems as if Disney set out to make a controversial statement with their casting choices for a German princess even before Zegler came onto the scene. The channel Latino Slant is no stranger to picking up this kind of info. The interview with Renata Vaca, who, after being cast aside as Snow White, would go on to play a major role in City of Dreams, is must-watch if you are interested in knowing who could have played Disney's first princess had Zegler not scooped up the part. And, perhaps as notably, Renata Vaca, who you can now see on the screen here. This is her. She's a very, very beautiful woman. And by the way, in none of this, when we're talking about the need to hire someone with very pale skin to play this role, in none of this are we suggesting that people who aren't of pale skin are any less attractive. In fact, most people would probably argue the other way, and I do apologize to anyone watching who has very pale skin. I'm not trying to be offensive, and there are lots of people who find that attractive. I'm just trying to say that we're not arguing here over race, I don't think. We're arguing about skin tone, and we're arguing about the fact that the character is defined by said skin tone. What Disney did, essentially, was like having the 3 finalists be 3 blonde chicks, 3 18-year-old blonde chicks for Black Panther. That's the kind of lunacy this is. But it says, perhaps it's notably, Renata Vaca has been essentially scandal-free in Hollywood and seems to have been a tremendous ability to navigate public relations. The opposite of how Rachel Zegler is often characterized. Folks, I'm here to tell you, Disney knew who these actresses were. And they knew that Rachel Zegler is a lightning rod. I think, this is my opinion, and I'm allowed to have one. I think they chose Zegler because they were attempting to make a controversial casting call, and they wanted someone who would be vicious in return. I think that's what this is all about. Let me show you who Renata Vaca is. She seems just a remarkable and lovely woman. This is a brief clip from Latino Slant, and we've got the link to their video down below. Here's Renata Vaca. Whoops. Start over.
All right, we got a special one, Slantinos. This is Renata Vaca.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
It's okay. What a grounded and beautiful performance with such a hard subject matter.
I know, yeah, it's a necessary one, right?
Criminal history whatsoever.
Kind of busy shin.
The busy kind.
We've got evidence that they're harboring illegals.
You shot this a few years ago. How does it feel to see it on the big screen?
So that's Renata Vaca, folks. That is Renata Vaca. Lovely person. Great at PR, and would have been a fantastic Snow White if you're okay with that type of casting for a character called Snow White. Anyway, for some, the idea that Disney was intent to hire an actress of a particular skin color not reflective of the original fairy tale is as strange as casting a white guy to play Mulan. However, let me say this, okay? Well, they've changed the origin story. Now, Snow White, she's not named Snow White because of her skin color. She's named Snow White because she survived a blizzard as an infant. She's like Davy Crockett, but instead of killing bars, she kills blizzards. Disney's investors may hope for the company to get out of controversy and back to making money. With Zegler behind Snow White, that might not be on the table for another many news cycles. That's why, folks, we're saying poor Rachel Zegler here on this channel now. Because frankly, I think Disney cast her on purpose. I think the company wanted controversy. I think they've got controversy. Whether the investors want controversy or not, I think this is what they were aiming for. And the best person to carry the torch of controversy is definitely Rachel Zegler, once you don't care about the box office. So why have they reshot the film 3 times? Why is it pushing probably $500 million in terms of its production costs? Well, I think somebody somewhere, maybe Bob Iger at the top, looked at it and said, OMG, and not in a good way. And that may be why they're trying to save this thing, salvage it. Otherwise, transforming their very original princess into a major virtue signal fail, trying to fix that and get that switched off into a success, it's a costly thing. Don't expect the CGI dwarfs to help, though. Folks, that's the video for this morning. Hope you enjoyed it. Short, sweet, to the point. We wanted to get to the point, and we did, in a way that very few other YouTube channels possibly ever could dream of. Folks, we do it because of you, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. An attitude of gratitude every time we have the opportunity to spend time with you. On the way out the door, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thought about Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And do you think that anybody of any origin, any color, any creed, who all should play Snow White? Can it be a 7-foot dude? Shaquille O'Neal, we're calling you. Play Snow White. Folks, we hope you'll feel all right this weekend. Have a great one. And until the next time we have the opportunity to spend time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.
You'd better hang on to your feathers, little
Zilver! They need to put you in the show!
What? Jose, what are you listening to? You don't even have ears.
Vacation Radio 24/7. Original music on YouTube.
Huh?
Vacation Radio. WDW Pro Music Channel.
I have no idea what you're saying. But if you want to be listening to music, you should head over to Vacation Radio 24/7 on YouTube. One of the 100 other channels WDW Pro's been working on. Oh, and I have a song for you, Jose. Jose Cowabunga. He is Jose Cowabunga. He's Jose. That one seems a little bit foreign to you.